Hey, good morning. I'm here. I gave you guys a heads up. I was coming in later, which I usually do anyway on Thursdays, but I'm a little later than normal. So, welcome. I'm glad you're here. First things first, if you're watching on YouTube, click the subscribe button, the notification bell, and leave me a comment so I know you're there. If you're watching anywhere else on social media, give me a like, a little love heart, and say hey. And if you're watching right now, drop a comment so I feel like it's just not Dusty and I here on the back deck talking to ourselves, which is all right. We're fine with that. We've been doing that, but we like to have some interaction. We like audience participation. I told Ellie the other day, I was like, if you hear me talk to somebody and I lead off with a joke, it's because I know they're not paying attention. And that's why I told a joke, because if they were paying attention, they would have been like, oh my gosh, this lady's telling a joke at me. And I was like, if they don't get it, I know they weren't paying attention. All right, so I entitled this video, "This Used to Be My Kryptonite." And then we can either, you can go to the Three Doors Down Kryptonite song, goes in your head at that moment, or you think back, because I know I'm talking to people at least as old as me. Superman 1, Superman 2, Superman 3, and Superman 4. You can literally picture him in his cave with the glowing green kryptonite that just brings him to his knees. He's Superman everywhere. But then he gets that kryptonite and he just literally gets taken down. So, when you're watching this, comment below which Superman movie was your favorite. I'm not adding the new ones in. It's 1, 2, 3, or 4. And remember, back then, the sequels were never as good as the original. So let me see. I'm curious to see which one you guys liked the best. All right, this used to be my kryptonite. Funerals, funeral homes, going to funerals, hearses, all used to be my kryptonite. I would go to a funeral home, I'd go near a funeral home, I'd see a hearse, and it would literally level my normal Cindy, me, into a mess. I was like, I ain't doing that. I ain't going to a funeral home. I ain't doing that. I ain't going to go to a funeral. I don't like to see the hearse walk down the thing. It was just all fear-filled. And it all stemmed from when I was a little kid. And things weren't explained to me. And minded, funeral homes have come a long way. Most of them, on modernizing themselves to not be so creepy and spooky. That they would used to take me down. Like, they literally took me down. And I know there's people watching that are the same like that. Like, they're like, nope, I'm not going to a funeral. Nope, I'm not going to a visitation. Whether it's at a funeral home or at a church. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it because it's just too uncomfortable for me. And you know what? That's how I spent most of my life, feeling that way. Until everything changed. And I'm going to tell you a little story to go along with this, since we started out with Superman's story. But literally when my dad passed away, and we walked in the funeral home to talk to the guy, because I had never been on that side of the funeral home thing where, like, I'm here with my person, here to support my mom, and we need to do the funeral planning process. I had never been to that. I had just been to funerals, just visitations and things like that. I had never been there to be the one to help make the decisions. And I told the guy, I was like, I'm just going to be straight with you. You probably never ran into anybody like me, but I'm not going in that room with those caskets. I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I won't do it. And I don't know, we'd have to ask our funeral home guy if he'd ever heard that before, because I was just honest. I was like, I ain't doing it. I was like, they can do it if they want to do it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not going in a room of all those full-size caskets there. I'm not doing it. I will not do it. And he said, Oh, but you'll be all right because we don't have full-size caskets anymore. They're literally a cutout. It literally looks like picking out your flooring or your carpet from Home Depot or Lowe's. Man, I'm getting a lot of shout-outs to businesses today. Um, and I was like, I'm still not doing it. I'm not doing it. I have that memory in my head of picking the wrong door at a funeral home and seeing all those caskets in there. I'm not doing it. And he was like, Cindy, it doesn't look like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. So he was fabulous because he addressed my fears right on, just like I was honest with him right on. Both of those are very refreshing in today's time because people are not honest or forward with people anymore. And you know what? He was absolutely right. I went into that room. It looked like Home Depot. It looked like Lowe's with urns there and little cutouts of what the inside looks like, what the color looks like, what the metal or wood looks like. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad I opened my mouth and said something, and I'm glad he said something back to me. Because I would have missed out on a crucial part of picking out my dad's casket. And I know people are thinking like, Cindy, that's crazy, but it makes a big difference. Like my dad got the most beautiful casket, the casket he would have picked out if he would have picked out his things ahead of time. He would have picked it, he would have loved it. If he could love a casket, he would have loved this. And that gives you such a sense of peace. Such a sense of peace. It makes things so easy on everyone. So that brings me to, you want to jump into my Moms in the Middle, Navigating Life Well with Kids and Aging Parents group, because you guys will be the first ones to get access to my program, Funeral Planning Made Easy. So it makes it peaceful and simple on your kids. And you'll want to do that because you know what? This is not an easy topic, but it was a topic that God chose me to make sure I talk about and make it simple and easy and normalized. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here for you to walk in for your own self and for your parents and have exactly written down everything that you need. So you could literally, if you had to, hand it to the person and they could be able to do everything for you exactly to their wishes. Because you had it all planned out. You got to have a discussion with your kids about it. You got to have a discussion with your aging parents about it. And it made it so simple. And this is why you do it. Because when we took my mom to the funeral home to plan my things for my dad, she had just lost her husband of almost 50 years. That was devastating. And then the hard part came was when she was trying to figure out what he would have wanted. And that was even harder to watch because you didn't know. You second guess yourself. You're literally in there a moment of emotion and you're like, I don't know if you want this or that or the other. And people will say, Cindy, well, you know, all these things are just for the living. The dead doesn't really care about it. But the living people do care about what the dead would have wanted. They would have cared if they would have liked to have a lot of music at their funeral versus a little music. If they would like a blue casket or a purple casket, or if they want a wood one, or if they would like to be cremated. All those things matter because it gives your family a great sense of peace that this is exactly what you wanted. And that's exactly where this came from. If my mom and dad would have had this written down, or my dad would have talked about this, or we would have talked about things that are taboo and made them normal, and be like, hey, just it's a random day, what color casket would you like? Just that normal. Then we would have met it and be like, this is the one, this is the thing, this, and this. And it made it much easier. And it makes the family's heart so happy because they know exactly what you wanted. And then it becomes a huge celebration of life. It's very sad, but it's a huge celebration of life because you ended up with this beautiful funeral. With all your beautiful friends and family there celebrating your life. So, get in the group. I'll see you there for more tips and tricks. And I'll see you guys tomorrow's video. Love you all. Bye.